What it do, guys? Your boy Big Mo, man. Some of you guys know about Mo2 Suave. Hey, go fuck with the kick and the damn Twitch, man. It's Mo2 Suave. It should be above me to the right. Should be above me, just up straight or whatever. But today we reacting to the Jeepers Creepers true story. It is a true story. Shit, let's get to it.
Say that we know that song from the movie Jeepers Creepers, and honest to goodness, it's probably one of the most terrifying songs you can ever hear. And what makes it even more terrifying is that Jeepers Creepers, at least the beginning of the movie, is actually—
Hey, Chad, is this nigga wearing a dress? Bro, take that shit the fuck off. What the fuck wrong with niggas, bruh?
based on a real crime that happened in Michigan.
This
Today,
nigga wearing a
we're
dress
gonna
or
be
something,
tracking down
bruh.
crime scenes that inspired the horror film Jeepers Creepers. If you've seen the movie Jeepers Creepers, everything you're about to see and hear is going to sound and look strangely familiar, like eerily familiar. Now, I should point out that at no time did the creator of the movie ever state that he pulled inspiration from this crime. But as we talk about it, you're going to go, wait a second. He might as well have lifted the events straight from real life and put them on screen. We think the best way to tell this story is actually from inside the car, driving down the road to where the crime happened in real life. Now, in order to do this, we have a couple cameras. We have this one right here, and then we have this camera. You can see Jessica sitting right next to me. Now, this is important because in the movie Jeepers Creepers—
Yo, that was a nice ass camera though, Chad. I'm trying to get money like
we have this one
damn.
right here, and then we have this—
I'm trying to get money like damn. What the fuck? Bro, that shit's on a gimbal. Bro, what the fuck? Expensive ass equipment.
this camera. You can see Jessica sitting right next to me. Now, this is important because in the movie Jeepers Creepers, brother and sister Trish and Derry are driving down a road very similar to the one that we're driving down right now. It's like farm country. And they encounter this truck that practically runs them off the road. And the license plate, it becomes like—
well, they don't like look like I don't know if I'm overdoing it, but look, the only fucking Jeepers Creepers I know it's true. Man, I could have sworn I thought it was because the mother took the kids away or whatever, and the father was following her and smoked that ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though. I don't know. Hopefully they say something. I don't know. But let's get
the
to
joke
it.
of the movie says, be eating you or beating you. And it kind of makes them a little unnerved. Even more so, a little further down the road, they come to this abandoned building and they see the truck and they see this figure trying to dispose of something, like a sheet covered in blood behind the building, and it freaks them out. That's the start of the movie Jeepers Creepers, the movie. In real life, however, it wasn't brother and sister. It was a married couple, Ray and Marie Thornton. They were driving down a road known as Snow Prairie Road. They're actually heading south. And just like in the movie, a truck comes up behind them. It's like this brown, dirty, decrepit looking van, and it almost runs them off the road.
We were driving south on Snow Prairie Road. And,
Damn.
all of a sudden, a van just—
Ooh wee.
Jeez. You must be in a hurry.
And they see the license plate, and the wife, Marie, she takes notice of the license plate, and it says GZ and something else, and she goes, geez, that car was moving fast or something like that. They're a little unnerved, but the car speeds off, and eventually they come across the van again. This time, they come across this creepy looking building, that one right there. And in the back, they see somebody with a white sheet that looks to be drenched in blood. And as they slow down and pass the school, they're still looking back. They notice that the van is parked right there.
What the fuck?
The man back there with the bloody sheet. Where? He's behind the building. There's the van that passed us.
Where?
It's right there.
So is that, guys, is that where they in the movie, wasn't it the church or whatever, or was it the school? They went under the shit, you know what I'm saying? The damn, and the little tunnel thing. It was underground. Oh my god, I forgot what it was. I ain't seen that shit in so long, bro.
Yes, I'm sure it was. It was the van that passed us.
They make it about 2 miles down the road when they notice that the van is back. Now it's right on their tail, riding their bumper, and they can see it clear as day in the rear view mirror, but they don't get a good look at who's driving. Instead, they note that he's wearing like a white cap, like a white hat. At this point, they realize that whatever's happening is really no good, so they try to write down the license plate to turn it into the authorities. And then they turn down a road just like this. It's like a dirt road. Now, it's important to note that while this is all going on, they never left their car. But they make it down this road and they turn around because they want to go and get a better look at the license plate. Even more so, go see what this unknown...
Bro, you know they had to be white, bro. You know they had to be white. If black people would have seen that shit, them niggas would be gone. Them niggas be gone, dog. That's why white people make money. This is how they make fucking movies, bro. Damn. They do the dumbest shit. They go over there and see what the fuck is going on. Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on.
Was trying to stuff down a hole behind the old abandoned building. So they decided to turn around and drive up there to get a closer look. And when they do this, the story gets even darker.
He was behind his van with the passenger front door open.
You seen the numbers on that plate he just
And
put up?
I saw that the passenger door was covered with blood.
There's blood all over that door.
What door?
The passenger door.
That guy has done something.
Now, I don't know about you, but if I would have come across something like this, and Jessica agrees with me, we probably would have hightailed it out of here. Went straight to the police. Not them. Even after they noticed that the passenger side door is open, and on the interior, like inside the car and on the door, they can see blood. What do? They head back to the abandoned building, back to the schoolhouse to see what this guy was trying to get rid of. And that brings us back to the schoolhouse.
Oh, so it was a schoolhouse.
I'm honestly surprised that this building is still standing. The movie and the real life crime are so eerily similar, so hauntingly similar, it makes your head spin. I mean, up at this point, I purposely have not said the name of the killer and the victim because I wanted you guys to go, wait a second, this reminds me so much of the movie. Is he talking about the movie or is he talking about the real crime? Now, I know in the movie, a big part of it ends at a school when Derry is taken through the window by the creeper, by the creature. That didn't happen in real life. In fact, none of the crime actually took place inside this school behind these walls. It was all behind the building. We're going to show that in just a moment.
What the fuck?
But it's just crazy to think that it's so...
Bro, fucking Hollywood ruined everything, bro. They always ruin a good story, bro. I'm not even fucking lying. What the fuck?
So close. What the Thorntons didn't realize is that they were witnessing the aftermath of a murder that happened earlier that day, where a man by the name of Dennis Depew
Man, these motherfuckers is ugly. Oh shit, these motherfuckers ugly. They about to creep me out. Oh
ex-wife
shit.
Marilyn, and was trying to
Some
dispose
ugly
or dump of evidence, like a sheet covered in blood behind this abandoned school. Something else we want to point out everything that we're talking about, all that we know about this case is because of Unsolved Mysteries. So these events happened April 15th, 1990, and then it aired on Unsolved Mysteries, and that's how the killer was caught.
What? That don't make
Now, I
any
don't know if you
sense.
know this, but for some reason, Unsolved Mysteries really likes to film their dramatizations where the actual crimes have happened. We know this because this is not the first video we've ever done based on an Unsolved Mysteries case. There was one in Florida. Now, the Thorntons did not know that the van that they saw parked over here belonged to Dennis Depew, and that's probably, more than likely, where Marilyn was killed. But this is not where the sheet was. So right where Jessica is, that's where there used to be like this old oil tank there. And then right where you see all the, like that walkway in the grass, that's where the van was parked. But all the way on the other side of the building, towards the back, is where we are headed. This is pretty wild. A couple years ago, if you remember correctly, Baby Goal, we did the filming locations to the movie Jeepers Creepers. We've done other inspiration stories for horror movies like Scream and The Hills Have Eyes. Never in a million years did I ever think
Wait,
that we'd be doing the
wait, they did The Hills Have Eyes too? Chat, might have to check that shit out. Know what I'm saying?
inspiration for Jeepers Creepers, well, the opening scenes. So right back here, back whenever they made the episode for Unsolved Mysteries, there was a fence here. And then towards the very back is where Dennis Depew was seen trying to dispose of the bloody sheet.
Oh, so that was a tree that they caught him in.
If you look
I mean,
off in the
they caught him in
distance, you
that
can see that white
twin building or
farmhouse.
something like that.
It runs right along Snow Prairie Road. Right now we're looking north. So the Thorntons were driving south, which would have been from left to right. And then passing this field, looking over this way towards where I'm standing, they would have saw somebody trying to get rid of something white, covered in red. And if I back up, you can see the schoolhouse. Wild, right?
Damn.
And you know what? I mean,
That's a damn
this happened in what,
field, dude.
1990?
What the fuck?
And it really is just kind of like,
Where did he say this was, chat? Hey, chat, where did he say the location was? This can't be no Texas. No way in hell.
out in the middle of nowhere.
This can't be in Texas,
peaceful.
bro.
So right back here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the wind coming across the grass, it's actually quite nice. So you can kind of see, like there's that concrete pylon or whatever you want to call it. It looks like at one point there was a fence. You can see some of the iron rivets. So somewhere back in here, is where he was trying to stuff the sheet.
That wind is crazy. You know, it was always strange to me that it seemed he had some foreknowledge of an animal hole here. But I think maybe he was just driving around frantically trying to dispose of evidence and came across the abandoned school and thought this could be where I do it.
Like you saw like some wooded area behind something like, you know, abandoned, like you were saying.
We are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, there's just nothing around. I'm gonna pan the camera around for a little bit. I mean, we're at an intersection, there are cars, but nobody's stopping. It's just kind of like they're there and then they're gone.
Especially back when it would have happened, I imagine that there was probably less traffic. Just neighbors, farms. No longer much of a community because school's closed, so no more children. Or at least they've grown up.
Now, of course, I highly recommend that you watch the Unsolved Mysteries episode. It is on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the description of this video. It talks a little bit more about the crime. Basically, Dennis LePew, he got away. He assumed a different identity, moved to Texas, was in a different relationship, left behind his kids and everybody. And like I said, it aired on Unsolved Mysteries, good old Robert Stack. And he saw it, and he decided to leave. And by then, his then girlfriend's family called the police, like basically turned him in, and he just kind of like hit the road, and he died in a shootout. Well, I rephrase that. He did not die in a shootout. He shot himself, but I do believe the police were shooting at him. I think he died in Mississippi or something like that. He's buried here, not too far from where we are right now. And Marilyn, she's a little further away. We're gonna visit both of their graves in just a moment. It's just something haunting about being here. It should be noted that there is no trespassing inside this building. There are signs, and a lot of the windows have been boarded up. There's some graffiti, like this one here says, "Enter hell." We're not going. And I remember reading
Enter
that
hell.
the owner of this place obviously does not like people coming in, getting inside the building.
What the fuck,
It
bro?
is for sale. So if you want to buy this place, and you can turn it into a home if you want to live where in the backyard a very famous, unintentionally famous crime happened. There definitely has been people breaking into this place. We didn't do this. We're not going in, like I said. The crime didn't happen here. We can put the camera inside.
Ooh, damn, that shit been there for years.
I can imagine whoever buys this place, again, it is for sale. You have a lot of work to do.
Damn
Let's
right.
talk about a dark history,
That
right?
might be years of work. No, I don't think it might not. It might not be that long.
Now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love doing filming location videos, but I think what I love the most is doing the videos that inspired some of the movies that have terrified us. Now, I know I already said a few, but now that we've done this one,
Chat, bro. This shit's crazy. But yeah, guys, it's Jeepers Creepers right here, man. The true story that inspired the movie or whatever. But I get back with you guys, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, bro.